Good afternoon, gentlemen. How's it going? I hope everyone's having a phenomenal Monday afternoon. Christmas is over. New Year's is on the way. Should be a good time. All of you should be relaxing and chilling. Anyways, we're back here with episode number 17. I believe it's number 17. Could be 18, could be 16. Kind of lost right now. Anyways, I'm sitting in my garage recording this because everyone in my house likes to scream and disturb me, so I decided to get out, and it's freezing in here, so I guess you could appreciate that. Thank you. You're welcome. Anyways, we're working in the end. As you can see, I'm getting rid of some of this end stone. We still have a lot to go, but I'm actually recording this introduction clip at the end of the episode, so I've already completed the entire episode, and I just want to say we get a lot of work done in this episode, build some flying machines, because I just got completely tired of mining end stone. As I said in the previous episode, we got some TNT dupers in here. It's going to work out. It's going to look great. We get a lot of work done in today's episode. Alright, so the first thing I need to do today is find a coral reef biome. I believe they spawn in warm oceans, and I use the program called AdMist. I don't really consider that cheating. If you do, whatever, it's my world. Anyways, looking for a warm ocean biome to find coral reefs. I need these leaf kind of things from the coral reefs to make TNT dupers. They require that specific block, so here I am looking for one. Alright, so here we are. As you can see, I found the warm ocean, the coral reef biome, and I've only seen these a few times, but this is the block that we need right here. I don't even know what this is called. These, like, leaf blocks, they're floating up here. I need to collect a bunch of these. I don't even know how much I need. I'm probably going to pick up, like, a few stacks of them and then head over back into the end. Alright, so here I am in the end. I'm just getting some basics down here, some shulker boxes full of all of the redstone necessities that we're going to need to build these TNT dupers, and just building out a bit of a platform right here. I'm going to build out like a scaffolding system with netherrack just so I can... Netherrack? Rock? What did I just say? Netherrack? So I can walk around and, build the machines, I guess. Now, I don't know exactly how high up I'm going to put them or where exactly I'm going to put them, so I'm going to figure all that stuff out, and then I guess I'll be back with you guys. But before I go, I just want to show you guys the main design for these TNT dupers. Right here, I'm just kind of figuring out how to build them. But yeah, I looked up a design. I forgot what the YouTuber that built this design is called, but every single YouTuber, every single TNT design duper kind of thing looks exactly the same. I've looked up a bunch of them. This is really the only viable design right now, so I went with it. I guess I could link a YouTuber. I don't know if it would be the right YouTuber, but I'm going to link the tutorial that I watched. It's kind of like this mass, big old hole, and he doesn't really do the best job of explaining it, so I don't know if I'm doing a disservice by saying that, but tutorials could always be better, you know what I'm talking about? Anyways, here we are. I'm going to build out a bunch of these. Maybe I have to build them in a different position. I'm going to figure all of that stuff out, and then I'll be back with you guys. Alright, so I kind of just want to try out one of these to see how effective the TNT is. Obviously, it's not a flying machine yet, so it's just going to stay in this one spot, and it's not automatic yet. I have to just flick this switch back and forth, but TNT is dropping down. Let's see how effective it is. The guy I watched the video from was using it on dirt and stone and stuff like that, so obviously a little bit less blast resistant. But it looks like it's doing a good job. It looks like it's getting the job done. If we stack a bunch of these one after the other, then they should just sweep back and forth through the entire island. The only problem really is going to be the obsidian pillars, but I guess I'll have to do that manually. I'm not excited about that, but that's what I have to do. Alright, so yeah, that did the trick. It went completely through the entirety of the island. Now, I think I'm going to move this up a few blocks just so that it doesn't go all the way through. I want to leave like 1 to 3 blocks down there just in case we want to build the Asgardian island. It'll make it a little bit easier so I don't have to path block, or what is it called, like build out with shift. That's just going to be way too annoying. It's going to be way too much surface area. So like I said, I'm going to leave a few blocks down there so we can have something to stand on while building the island. Anyways though, I'm going to start building the machines. Okay, so flying up here, you can see this kind of huge line that spreads and goes throughout the whole width of the island, and this is simply a marker. There's one on each side. On the one side, there's going to be the flying machines. On the other side, there's going to be like the return stations. So basically how this is going to work is the TNT sweepers are going to go through one side and then come back, or not go through one side, but I think you guys get what I mean. They're going to start on one side, come to the other side, go back and forth, and eventually the TNT will spread out and destroy the entire island. So now all I have to do is build them like I've been saying I want to do, but it's going to take some time, so give me a minute. Alright, so I kind of realized a problem that I have. I have this portal sitting right here, the portal that leads to the outer end where all the end cities are and stuff like that. In the last episode, I talked about going into creative mode and getting rid of all of these bedrock blocks on top of the obsidian towers, but I think I also want to get rid of this end portal here. It's going to be sticking out like a sore thumb. There's not going to be any buildings or mountains there, so I want to get rid of that, but my problem is I don't have another one of these portals to get to the outer end. I know you can fly off, but I want a portal for convenience, so I'm going to actually fight the Ender Dragon right now. I have to go resummon it. I'm not going to build any of the flying machines or any more infrastructure of Asgard because the Ender Dragon might destroy it, so I'm going to do that quickly. Okay, so to kill the Ender Dragon, I need some gas tiers. I don't have any of these. I mean, I have 3, but I'm going to need 4 in total. And then I want to collect a few extra gas tiers just so I always have some around so I don't always have to go hunting for gas, because when you need them, you can't find them. But when you don't want them to be there, when you're building something on top of the nether roof, then they just spawn everywhere. I hate how things work like that in life. I'm just going to keep looking. Alright, I couldn't find any on the roof, but finally we found one over here in the nether. Need to kill it with my sword so I get that looting effect. There we go. Let's see how many that dropped. Okay, that actually dropped 5 gas tiers, so that's pretty good. Usually they drop like, what, 1 or 2, so I guess looting really does work. Anyways, I'm going to build these end crystal things and then respawn the Ender Dragon. Here we are, just going to get all these ingredients in here. We need 4 of them. There we go. Alright, so here we are. I easily defeated the Ender Dragon. Easily, not going to brag or anything like that, but wasn't a big deal for me, I guess. Anyways, we got another one of these outer Ender portals. I really don't know what these things are called, but it spawned in between the 2 we had previously, so this still might end up getting in the way, but I do believe that we have some kind of mountain range planned for right here. If you guys do remember the picture, maybe I'll pop it up right now, but it should be covered up by that mountain. This is, however, a very final thing. Once I build Asgard, once I start destroying the mountain, or this whole mound, this whole island of Endstone, once it's all gone, once I start building Asgard, we're not going to be spawning in the Ender Dragon. Obviously not. I don't want the Ender Dragon destroying this entire place, but maybe we'll do that on the very last episode of the Let's Play or something like that. An Ender Dragon can raid Asgard. I don't know if there will ever be a last episode. I don't know if I'll stop the series and make a new world, but yeah, just an idea. So anyways, I'm going to get to work. Probably going to go into creative mode now and destroy all this bedrock. Alright, so just opening the land settings here and going into creative mode. As I said, I just want to get rid of this bedrock. I'm not going to be taking stacks of blocks of diamond from the inventory or anything like that. I really just want to get rid of this bedrock. I feel like it's going to be in the way. There's just going to be random bits of bedrock floating around when I complete the build, and I think that'll be ugly, so I just want to get rid of all of these. I don't really think that's cheating, but I am realizing now that if I do get rid of all of these, which I am getting rid of all of these, I'm not going to be able to spawn the End Dragon ever again. I don't think, at least. Maybe when you spawn them in, they regenerate, but I don't think I'll ever be able to respawn the Ender Dragon for now, at least. Like I said, maybe when you do place those 4 crystals on the end portal that all of this respawns, because what I realized, what's very, very unfortunate, and you know, I was digging away at those obsidian pillars. I got like 2 or 3 of them down already. Once I placed those 4 crystals, all of them regenerated, so I have to mine all of that obsidian again, and that took hours. So right now I'm extremely happy. Yeah, so like I was talking about, all of these pillars kind of just regenerated. They all just grew back up to their normal height, and you can kind of see these divots at some points where I got down. You know, I've actually mined some of these all the way to the ground. Again, it took hours, and all of them just regenerated back up, so that might kind of slow down today's episode. I was planning to complete all of or to mine down all of the obsidian towers. Maybe I wouldn't have got all of them done, but I would have gotten the majority of them done, and now it's just not even a possibility. All of them grew back. What are you gonna do? Okay, so taking a step away from the end, we're back here in the overworld. You guys obviously just saw that time lapse. I built up this house over here. It's kind of like a carpet salesman, like paper and all this random stuff. I guess it's like more wool and leather trader-ish. I don't know what to call this. Basically, it's just another house in the village that sells something, and I really do like the purple here. I actually do like the house in general. If you guys were watching that time lapse, I built the roof really high up, and it was just looking horrible, so I had to remodel that a few times. There was a lot of back and forth with this house, but I'm really happy with the final product. I do think that it looks really good. I'm a fan of like the dark woods with the purple. I think that looks a little bit fantasy-like. We got the chimney in there. I didn't use brick. I used stone brick, and this side kind of looks awkward. It kind of looks weird, so it's going to be getting covered up with another house, obviously, but for right now, it's just kind of there, sticking out, pointing out to me, and I still do have a little bit of work to do. I still have to finish this backside right here. This shouldn't take very long, so I'm just going to do that quickly. Backside's done. Stepping back and getting a nice overview here, I really am a fan of how this village is coming along. I think it looks really great because of all the different wool colors. They kind of pop and make this place look different. I'm obviously a fan of the marketplace design. I think that adds a lot of detail because they're all stores, right? So I can have random blocks sitting outside. I need to do a little bit more of that, but overall, I'm really happy with how this village is coming along. I think that maybe we'll do like 1 or 2 houses each episode and finish it that way, and then maybe we'll do some more things in between. But for right now, I'm just going to leave this as is and go back to the end. Here I am in the end, and as you can see, I've gotten one of these to work, so they just go back and drop TNT, or so they go forth and drop TNT, and then all the way back, they don't actually drop TNT, so it kind of doesn't have full efficiency. It's like 50%, but that's how all of the designs work, so I'm just going to leave that be, let that one run, and then right here, we can just turn it off, so when it comes back, it's just going to stop and stay there. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to build all of them out, and then have them wait there, and then maybe I'll sweep the whole island, and it'll look pretty cinematic. Maybe I'll do it in replay mod, and it'll look pretty cool, but for now, I'm just going to have to build a bunch more of these side by side. Probably gonna have to build like 50 of them. It's gonna take a while. I'm gonna time lapse it. Here we go. Before we jump into a time lapse, I just wanted to show you the basic infrastructure. So as you can see, all of the return stations are done. And then if I fly over here, you can see all of the beginnings of the other return station. So they're both return stations, just one side has an on-off switch. That's how it works. Now I have to build the actual flying machines or the TNT dupers, and then this whole system will be complete. Okay, so here we go. We just have to update this, and yeah, that should have worked. This should have started right now. I guess there's some kind of glitch here, and I've built all of them in the exact same way, so hopefully this isn't the same case with every single one of these machines. Let's try this one right here. Come on, just place TNT. Yep, okay, that one's broken as well. All right, this isn't exactly great. I wouldn't say that this is good news at all, but I guess I'm gonna have to fact check all of these and see if they work. Alright, so I'm actually realizing now that I've made a colossal mistake. I've kind of placed the observers on the wrong block. They're supposed to go on the saline block, not on the piston, so I don't know what I was thinking there. It was probably some kind of mob mentality. I was just running back and forth, doing the exact same design on each and every one of these, and somewhere along the way I got mixed up, so I'm just going to have to fix all of these up, just move them onto the right block, and it's kind of a pain, but I'm going to do that quickly, and then they finally should be working. Alright, so this is turning out to be a complete mess. Some of these machines are working, some of them are malfunctioning, some of them aren't moving. It's just not working the way I wanted it to, not working the way I thought it would, because I feel like I've done everything right, and that's probably the most annoying thing when you can't find the mistake or the problem. So I'm going to have to go back and destroy all of these malfunctioning machines and completely build them from the ground up. That's annoying. All of this end work is pretty annoying. I hate destroying endstone. I hate building things that destroy endstone. So I'm going to take a few hours, look at what the problem is, rebuild some of these machines, and then hopefully they're all going to work. Alright, so finally it's looking like I'm getting a good chunk of them to work. They're not in sync, but I just want to show you guys we're getting rid of this whole half over here, and then the whole half on the other side, so we're just leaving that middle portion where the end pillars are, but this looks magnificent, doesn't it? It's just completely getting rid of everything. I know there's like 2 machines that aren't working, so there's probably going to be like a strip of end stone that's left, but it's so beautiful to see. It's so effortless. I built all these machines, and now they're just doing all of the work, and this took me a fraction of the time that it would have taken to mine out the entire island by hand, so I'm just really happy right now. Finally, I got all of them to work, and here we go. We're kind of just launching them all to go finish the job. Doesn't this look great? I think it just looks great. And then this happens and ruins my day. Gentlemen, is this not a sight to behold? Look at all the work that I don't have to do, and yeah, I still have to mine out those 2 sections right here because the machines couldn't get to them, but it was just that one specific machine. Great, thanks so much. Anyways, we still have all these random floating blocks that I'm gonna eventually have to mine, but I figure when I'm building something and they're in the way or they're obstructing the view of something, then I'll get rid of them. For right now, I couldn't really care less, but just like I said earlier, I wanted to leave a few blocks at the bottom, so we have like 3 or 4 blocks right here. We'll get rid of this eventually. I'll be able to mine that out pretty quickly because it's just that thin little layer there, but yeah, I wanted something to stand on while we're building the island, so it just makes it a little bit easier for me. Anyways though, same thing on this side. This side's a little bit smaller, but it's just really this middle portion right now. That's all that's standing in the way of me completing this project, or I guess getting started on Asgard, the actual build of Asgard, but it's just those obsidian towers, man. They're in the way. I hate them. Gonna be mining them off camera through the episodes, like behind the scenes. Maybe I'll live stream them. I probably won't live stream because I don't really have a good setup for live streaming. My mom's just walking in my room every 2 seconds yelling at me because I did something, so probably won't be live streaming, but I'm going to be working off camera. Alright, so in the last episode, I worked on the end stone and the end stone bricks, and I think that the end stone looks pretty good. It does look like a gold version of cobblestone. The only thing is, the end stone bricks, I actually used the end stone brick texture instead of a stone brick texture, so it kind of looks muddled and kind of messy, but I figure, why don't I use the actual stone brick texture? It's a lot cleaner, it's a lot crisper, so I'm going to go into Photoshop and make a gold version of the stone brick block, and let's just see how that turns out. I'm sure it'll look better because it'll be cleaner, so yeah, I'm going to do that quickly. Alright, just loading up. This is the big reveal. This is what it's looking like. I think it looks a lot better. I did get some comments in the previous episode telling me to clean it up a bit, and I think this looks a lot better. It still kind of looks like buttered popcorn, but it kind of does also look like a gold stone brick. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to go with this for now, and I'll see. Maybe I'll make it a little bit darker in the future, but I think this looks good. I think this is going to get the job done. I'm going to build a few of these pillars out and see what the bridge is looking like. Alright, so a bit of a jump cut here. I've made a good amount of progress. I kind of got carried away with all of these gold end stone bricks, and I started to work on the Bifrost. Now, this is what it's supposed to look like, and obviously it doesn't look like that. It's supposed to be like this spherical shape and kind of teleports you to the other worlds. I know it looks hideous right now. Don't judge it right now. I haven't done much work, but this is kind of just like the basis of it. I was just testing things out. Anyways, though, for the bridge itself, I got rid of every other post right here. Kind of looks a little bit more floaty, like what's really holding this up, but that's how Asgard's supposed to be. It's alien technology. We don't understand what's going on. Anyways, though, that's basically it. You know, the bridge looks good. It's the only part of Asgard that I really do have here, and it looks great. I am excited for the future. I think we're actually going to be able to build this properly with the use of these gold end stone bricks. I think it's going to get the desired look. I want to maybe tint them and make them look a little bit more orange because Asgard kind of looks a bit different, but for now, I think all of this looks great. I'm excited that the island is almost gone. We have to get rid of these obsidian pillars, and then it should be completed. All of the island will be gone. I still have a good amount of mining to do. I have to get rid of all those floaty blocks, but for now, that's really all I have time for. I'm going to get back to mining these obsidian pillars. Should be a great time. Anyways, though, guys, I know I didn't get much done in today's episode when it comes to building, but I do still hope that you enjoyed this episode. Have a great day. See you in the next one.